And welcome to where we are. Welcome to Dissington Shorefield. Beautiful, hot, sunny day. Pint of cider. Two people in the background doing the best to try and put me off. I can see you. I can see you in the viewfinder. And a wild wolf there somewhere as well. It's ignoring me for the moment.
Oh, sorry. Hello.
Are you feeding it? So, the fact I'm at a show, second show in 2 days, means that the dyno session went alright. Which was no, it was not yesterday. Yesterday was Skeleton Show, and today's Dissington Show, as I've said. And on Friday I went for the dyno session at JDM, which is my usual haunt. It went well. I think it's fair enough to say it went alright. There's a few things I could do to get more power, but to be honest, do I really need it? I don't think so.
You're right. Hi, Indie Box. Hi, Summer.
So, where was I? Alright. Yeah, so the dyno session went alright, and here's some footage from it. I didn't film every little bit of work that we did. We did a little bit of work at the start where I found that the ECU wasn't reading the boost correctly because I hadn't wired it in properly. You have to wire the earth output from the boost gauge to the ECU, and I hadn't done that. Once we've done that and recalibrated the map sensor, everything was hunky-dory. We did some power runs, did the usual steady state mapping, and got some good figures which you'll see in a sec. All I have to do now is a little bit of self-tuning at high vacuum settings that we couldn't replicate on the dyno, and hopefully just get that cruise a little bit smoother, because it's a bit weak because of the pressure compensation tables that are taking effect and nicking off with the fuel that I want. So it just means at cruising speeds it's a little bit weak, but apart from that it's really good. I've continued to flush the cooling system as well to get rid of all that crap that was in there, that oil, and any water that was in the oil was already burnt off. And I emptied the catch tank yesterday, and for the first time ever it actually had some on the gauge, that you can see. So enjoy the footage of what there is, and the next one will be probably footage from Chateau Impney Hill Climb next week. Important day today, dyno day. You can see the car behind me on the dynos. Just got it strapped on, and John's just going through the table for the output from the gauge, the boost gauge. It's not quite reading right for some reason. The scaling's all to cock, so it's not giving a true reading for the map sensor part of it, because it doesn't have a separate map sensor in it. It's just got an output from the boost gauge across to the ECU, and the table on there is not quite reading correctly for some reason. The figures they give you don't quite make sense. So he's having a go at rescaling that, and then we're just going to go through the fueling and just see how we come on, really. He's got a tee off from the boost gauge, not from the boost gauge, from the dump valve, so we can see what the actual pressure is as well, because I wasn't 100% sure that boost gauge was reading right anyway. Well, this will all help double up on it and we'll know what's happening. So yeah, more progress soon. Lunchtime interlude. Probably not focusing on me, I can't tell. That's a problem I've realised on these videos. I can't see if it focuses when I'm looking at this little screen. We're going to have a short break for lunch, as I said. We've got that map sensor sort of working now. The issue was that I hadn't wired in the ground from the boost gauge. I think I had it to ground and not to ECU ground. And as soon as I did that, the gauge is making a lot more sense. And is going to use the boost compensation now on the map sensor, or the map setting, which is not triggered by the individual map sensor but triggered by the boost gauge talking to the ECU. Pardon me. And then yeah, about ready to start some mapping now. We probably need a lot more fuel at idle because because the boost compensation reduces fuel at idle. But yeah, it's ready to start making a lot of noise and a lot of fumes. We brought us a backup car to carry all the spares today. My co-pilot's asleep, I think. Are you asleep? No? No, he says he's not asleep.